The LA Rams ended up beating up on the Houston Texans. And look, I will tell you that Houston's defense, again, is still very much Super Bowl caliber. I do believe that. I think they have a great defense. Pass rush, secondary, all across the board. It is a scary unit, and I would not be surprised by the end of the season. They are ranked number 1 in points allowed. They are that good. But holy hell, this Houston Texans offense is not doing them any favors. That offensive line, absolutely abysmal. Wide receivers, terrible step back. I'm going to be patient on Higgins. I'm going to be patient on Noel. But when I look at CJ Stroud, who many talking heads were crowning him a top 5 quarterback in this league 2 years ago.
CD.
A top 5 quarterback in this league 2 years
Tony
ago.
Dow.
We could say it's his offensive line. We could say it. We could say that it's his multiple changes in the wide receiving room. Had Nick Chubb go 13 for 60. Their leading receiver was Jaden Higgins for 32 yards. This offense was stale. And one thing I can tell you about the Houston Texans, I can't go out and predict who wins the AFC South because I honestly think it's between the Jags or the Colts, surprisingly enough.
Might be
we'll
the Colts.
Save that
They're the
for
best
now.
team in the league.
But one thing I can tell you is I can guarantee you that Houston does not win the AFC South this year. Far too many problems on the offensive line. I'm sitting here looking at how many times CJ Stroud sacked 3 times, had a very high pressure rate, was running all over the place, thankfully due to his mobility. Not high on the Texans, man. And especially when I look at their schedule, it's going to be tough sledding. TD, thoughts on this game? LA, Houston Texans, 14-9.
Yeah, it's a bad look. It's a bad look for the Texans, but let's not forget the Rams only put up 14-2. Let's remember that, okay? And we know Houston has a good defense, obviously, but this is more about the Texans' lack of offensive production because even though the Rams only put up 14, Stafford still had an efficient day, in my opinion. I thought he played well enough, but this is about CJ Stroud. He needs to take that next step. He needs to carry his team and figure out ways to get the job done. I'm very heavy on putting things on the quarterback. We know they got a lot of issues, O-line and all type of stuff, receivers, but at the end of the day, it's all on the young guy. It's all on the young king. He got to rise up and get his team to play better football. And again, 9 points. You got to push harder than that. You should be able to impact the game better than that. At least, I know this is nitpicking, but at least 10, like 2. Yeah, this is just not a good look for the Houston Texans. Here's what I'll say too, because remember they traded off Larry Tunsil. They're trying to like kind of regroup the team in a different way. They better not play with fire. You win 7-8 games and become, take the back seat in that division. They could be. Don't let D'Amico be on the hot seat. I don't think he is at all, but you got to thrive with your young quarterback because when it's time, you can't waste his valuable, cheap years because when it's time for him to get paid, it only get harder. So not a good look. They got to figure this out.
TD, I didn't hear you mention CJ Stroud once.
I did. I put it all on CJ Stroud. What are you talking about? I said he got to do better. He got to lift his team. He got to be the one that makes the difference. I understand the O-line and receivers and stuff, but man, 2 years ago you were it. You gotta. It doesn't matter if you got a bad O-line. I've seen other quarterbacks do more with less, and you're a little mobile, so you got to make plays, man. You got to impact the game, and you see all these quarterbacks out here impacting the game, even if it's with your legs. So they got to figure it out, man.
Yeah, CJ Stroud, bro. Like I'm sorry, you both pinned me against the wall. You're a CJ Stroud hater. You're a CJ Stroud. Like, can we stop with the hater word?
But you're a hater, though. You're just
see what I mean?
Mature with it.
What has CJ Stroud done to like level things up? Oh, I'm not high in the Patriots. So I'm a hater now. I'm not high in the Dolphins. I'm a hater now. Well, they're both 0-1. I'm not high in CJ Stroud. I'm a hater now. Well, CJ Stroud stinks. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I'm not impressed with CJ Stroud. Like, he has these little flashes, but he does not look like a consistent quarterback that is a top 5, top 10 caliber. Like, he looks not good. I mean, I'd argue Trevor Lawrence looks better right now. And, like, that's not saying much, but there is nothing out there that I see with C.J. Stroud. Like,
and so Lawrence sucked last weekend, too.
exactly my
I
point.
know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying Trevor looked good. That's not even me
Yeah.
saying Trevor was great. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck about how I feel about these teams and quarterbacks. The Texans, how can you lose a game when you give up 14 points? Their defense is really good. D'Amico Ryan's the defensive guy. Derek Stingley, top corner. Like, they got pass rushers. They're a good defense. You score 9 points. Were they all field goals? Did they not even score a touchdown? Because, like, that's inexcusable to do that. And I think that the Houston Texans, they got to figure themselves out still early in the season. C.J. Stroud, man, there's a one-hit wonder attached to his name. He was really good as a rookie, struggled last year, then performed in the playoffs. But the AFC South seems to be getting better around him. And I'm not gonna, go this far, but Cam Ward and the Titans may be coming. So be careful, Texans. You had your chance to win the division back-to-back years. The Colts look better. The Jaguars look definitely well improved in terms from a coaching staff, even though they did not look impressive at all week 1. But, man, we got to see a little bit more from Houston before anything, because 9 points with C.J. Stroud supposedly being a top-tier quarterback is a joke. Like, Dolphins, we expected 8 points, but actually I didn't. I didn't expect 8 points from the Dolphins. I expected their offense to do something. But, man.
So the thing is that, like, I do want to give some consideration to how awful his offensive line is. It is terrible.
I mean,
however,
but let's
I'm
also
so
add this.
hard-
Why are they trading away Larry Tunsil?
Exactly. Why I'm so hard on CJ Stroud, and maybe it's no fault of his own. Maybe it's just the media that tried telling us that he was elite and he was a top 5 guy. He should be good enough to be able to overcome questionable offensive line play.
And that's exactly
If
my
you're
point,
going to
Dan.
give him
Thank
that
you.
moniker.
Thank you. People were putting Stroud in top 5 category. I'm sorry, I'm not going to baby him and say, but his offensive line is bad. Like, yes, there's context that needs to be had with these quarterbacks in the league, but in my opinion, good quarterbacks are able to thrive in bad situations. Joe Burrow has had a bad offensive line his entire career with Cincinnati. Does he make excuses? Does that offense make excuses? No. I mean,
No,
those are what good quarterbs do.
Yeah. No,
And
man.
Stroud is no bum
it's-
either. Like, he's a good quarterback, but the question is he great?
It's funny because last night when I was watching the Vikings and the Chicago Bears, there really is a massive gap in between the 4 elite quarterbacks in this league and everybody else. It's almost like all 4 of the guys, Pat, Josh, Lamar, and Burrow. And yes, I'm still putting Burrow in there, besides the fact that he played an absolute stinker and against the Cleveland Browns, like I told you. But, like, once you separate those 4 guys, it's like that they're playing an entire different sport. It's almost effortless.
No, stop.
I feel spoiled that I get to watch Josh Allen play football every single Sunday, especially watching for the inconsistencies that I see all across the league.
I don't know, man. Fields looked like
genuinely believe
a
that.
baby Lamar in that game.
He did.
He's a baby Lamar.
But you forgot,
a young
you
Lamar.
forgot Jaden Daniels. You forgot Justin Herbert
And Jalen
and
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts as well. So yeah,
So to protect Jaden Daniels, I am not going to hop on the elite train just
all you
yet.
can use
Otherwise,
is
we
what
could
you
be
got.
having the same conversation with him as CJ Stroud. CJ is probably a very nice young man, and he didn't go out there and say that he was some elite guy. It was people like us that said that he was this elite guy. Hence why he gets all the hate.
Ain't nobody
It's the
said
news
elite.
that follows him. So I'm protecting Jaden Daniels right now.